Let's go across the sea here. Andrew Mangiapane is making a name for himself, Devin. See, I told you we'd get to some good news for you here. Starring in the gold. What's the score in the game right now? I'm sorry, is anyone kind of keeping an eye on?
1 after 2 periods.
Canada,
Finland.
And pardon me?
Canada, Finland.
Yeah, it's Canada, Finland. Mangiapane is certainly making a case. He's been there, probably not first, probably second best player on the roster. For the Flames, Devin, that's got to be a good thing. And I'm just going to throw it out here. Is he making a case to be on the Olympic team? Or is that too far down the road?
There's too much depth there for him to be making a case. Like he's an awesome player, and this is definitely his coming out party to the world, if you will, let alone the NHL, to showcase how good he actually can be and is. He was arguably with the best 5-on-5 player for the past 2 years for the Calgary Flames. So being a Flames fan, watching him every night, I'm not surprised. This is who he is. He's a competitor. He works his ass off, and he will do anything he can to score and to win. So yeah, it is just a massive coming out party for him, and I'm so happy for him. I really am. And not to mention that the move that Troy Stecher, how does that feel? Vancouver fans?
Is that Troy Stecher?
The balls on that kid. But just going back to Mangiapane, he didn't play for the first, I believe, game or two, and which was very surprising. But once he got into the lineup, he hasn't looked back, and nor should he. And you gotta, being a Flames fan, so happy for him.
I believe he did play the first 2 or 3 games because of quarantine issues.
Quarantine, yeah.
Oh, okay.
To Kevin's point, Mangiapane's a long shot for the Olympic team. But anytime that you answer the call from Hockey Canada for the World Championship and do well, it definitely gets their thinking going a little bit about some of those depth players that they want to include on their roster. So never say never. He certainly helped his case here with his performance in this World Championship.
Yeah, Mangiapane, and then the big news out of that tournament for Canada was the play of Owen Power, and then how well he's fit into that team, and hasn't really looked like he's like a step or two behind. He's actually looked really good, and actually won player of the game at least one at one point in this tournament. And I think in terms of being able to raise your draft stock coming up to this upcoming draft, whether or not he goes to Buffalo or Seattle, so one of those teams is getting a really good player there.
Yeah. And just going back to Mangiapane, because that's what we're talking about here, Sean. Every single year he's gotten better, and this is just another stepping stone within the confidence. He will gain a lot of confidence within doing this, and if depending on what really happens with the Flames this year, he could be easily playing top line minutes next year.
Yeah, I would like to see it. Actually, I could see a Lindholm. If it's Lindholm, Gaudreau, Tkachuk, and Mangiapane. Although I like Mangiapane on the left side a little bit better, but I think that it bodes well that he's going to have some confidence going into next year. It doesn't mean that we're picking him for 40 or 50 goals or anything like that, but he's on a good track, and I think it's a good sign for the Flames, and it might give them more options, maybe. Mm-hmm. But I also on the other end of that, it could lead to overreaction too. So,
well, he hasn't. I don't know about overreaction though, Kev, because all he's done, like I said, every year is just improve. So, I wouldn't even put that on him.
No. What I mean is, we could easily trade Gaudreau, and because we've got Mangiapane, right?
No, those are two separate players. But yeah.
But but with that left side, that left wing depth. Like as you said, you think you like Mangiapane on the left wing. Guess who's also left wings? Gaudreau and Tkachuk. Yeah. So I think it does give them options. I think it does allow them to potentially look at making a bigger move with one of those players.